Hey everybody out there, my name is Crystal Fiero. I am an artistic educator with Matrix. So I'm really excited today that you've taken the time out of your busy schedules to watch this tutorial for me. We are going to be actually doing this lovely look on our beautiful Sam. So it's just something soft and simple and elegant. And it's going to be very, very quick, right? So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. I've been with Matrix for about 7 years, and I've been a hairstylist for 17. So it's been a while. And that's kind of how it relates to the class that I chose to do today. Who remembers being in beauty school and everything, you had to curl every single piece of hair to put it up, and everything was like shellacked together and just sprayed and perfect? Because that's how it was whenever I went to school. That was the updo look. That was really popular then. Fast forward to today, everything is very soft, very organic, very fluid. And I myself found it difficult to do hair that way. I was just like, every time I'd get frustrated because I would just overwork it. So I saw this tutorial originally on Confessions of a Hairstylist Instagram. She does great, beautiful work, very simple to do. So that's why I was like, hey, that was really beautiful. I think I'd like to share that with you guys. So, and Matrix, I've been with them forever, so I do love them. So our mantra is to think, to believe, to dream, and to dare, right? Because we want you to think outside of the box, or think outside of what you're used to doing. We want you to believe that you can do anything that you set your mind to. We want you to dream about the type of stylist that you want to be, and then dare to become that. So just keep your mind open into thinking and doing things anyway, and let's get started, okay? So we're gonna move her out of the way real quick. And we're gonna put our undone Sam, right? So yes, she's undone, but whenever we like to do hair, we like to do what? Prep it, right? Okay, so for her prep, I used a curling iron, and I just set it away from the face, mostly because you want to put the hair in the direction that it's gonna go. You don't have to do this step, but it makes it a lot easier if you struggle to kind of get the hair to do what you want. It's best to always set the hair, right? So I'm gonna give you a list of the tools you're gonna need, right? Here's your tools. You're gonna need a boar bristle brush or a knockoff Mason Pearson. That's what I like to use. Clear elastics, a couple, like 2 bobby pins. You may or may not need those depending on how it goes, and about 5 hairpins. You don't need a whole lot. So we know the difference between a hairpin and a bobby pin, right? The difference. Okay. For our products, I'm going to just be using dry shampoo and hairspray. I'm going to be using the two that I like. It is going to be the Total Results High Amplify Dry Shampoo, okay? And then I'm going to be using the Style Fixer Finishing Spray by Matrix by Styling. Alright, so just imagine we've curled and set her hair, right? She's ready to go. We're going to then brush her out, right? Let's turn her this way so we can get a good view. I'm gonna brush her out, right? We need to start thinking about the pieces around the face that we're gonna wanna leave out, you know? Because we don't necessarily wanna have to pull it back and then pull it out. That's one way of doing it. Some people like it to do it that way. I like to just plan what I'm gonna leave out, and I can leave it hanging. So, next part. We are gonna shake our dry shampoo. And some people say, well, why dry shampoo, right? Well, have you ever done someone's hair and it's very slippery, it's very fine, it's very slick, it likes to fall out everywhere? This is gonna give it a little bit of grip and a little bit of texture so that when we style it, it doesn't fall. You're gonna wanna just take it, spray it at her root, and if this girl had super fine hair and I needed her to stay all day, right? Y'all have those clients, my hair doesn't stay ever, okay? Then I could actually literally spray her whole head, right? Next thing you do with the dry shampoo is you gotta let it set. You gotta let it dry. Don't go straight in and start brushing it through. Let it dry first, okay? Give it a second. Let it do its thing. All right. So then we're just gonna brush it. And that's just gonna shake loose any of the dry shampoo particles, but it's gonna leave us a little bit of, see, it's a little bit of body. And that's what we want when we're trying to style hair. Okay. Since this is gonna be an organic and a fluid look, I would recommend grabbing and picking up the hair with your hands. You can comb, but then we're gonna go, that's gonna take us back to the old school. Too perfect. We don't want that. That's not what we're going for. Another thing you wanna think of is how much hair does the client have that I'm working with today? How dense is it? So that's gonna let you know how much to put into the top and then how much you need to leave at the bottom. Because if you have less, you need to leave more to work with here, okay? So I'm gonna pick up where I think I need it. I'm gonna brush it with my hands, okay? Because like I said, we want fluid, we want soft. Next, if we're working with a mirror, that is the best thing that you want. I don't have one right now, so I'm gonna just imagine. You wanna look for balance in the front and the shape, right? Then you're gonna leave the center, come a little closer real quick so I can show you. The center of this hair is open, it's down. I'm feeding that hair because I'm gonna need it down here, okay? Okay, once I know, like I said, pull those little guys out that you're gonna want, okay? Once I'm happy with where this is, I'm just gonna take my elastic, and we don't need it super tight, but we need it to hold, okay? So don't do it so loose that you can't work with it, right? You can loosen this guys up a little bit. As we work with it too, it's gonna get looser. Then we're gonna take the ponytail, right, that we just put in. We're gonna like topsy-turvy it. We're gonna stick it literally through. So pretty much we've just flipped it. There we go, okay. There we go, perfect. Okay, so then that kind of gives us a little bit of a braided effect already, right? We're starting to look good already. The second thing we're all gonna do is gonna split this hair in the center, right, for the lower. So, leave that here. Okay. And then where you're gonna place this is where you think it would be best. So I don't want it too high and I don't want it too low because this is like a low, messy look. So I need to put that in, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna do the same thing over here. And try to put them relatively in the same spot. Like don't have one up here, then one down here. You know, we want it to be cohesive. Balance is important. We don't need perfection, but we need balance. That is the main thing when you're going for like a very organic look. Okay. All right. Now we've got our two ponytails, right? I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this one, right? We're gonna stick it in on this side, kind of go under, and this piece is gonna wrap around and disguise that rubber band, okay? So, right, that's what we're gonna do on this side. We're gonna leave it loose for right now, and we're gonna take the other side, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna stick it in, it's gonna wrap around our other rubber band. So now it kind of looks like this, right? Then what we're gonna do is grab those two bad boys from both sides, and then grab this last little ponytail at the bottom that we had, right? The hair that's just hanging. I'm gonna take it, we're gonna wrap it, and then we're just gonna tuck it, just like so. And that's where the bobby pin comes in, because we need a little bit more of a hold here. And then we're just gonna shove it up and in, like that, okay? And you can put another bobby pin too if you feel like you need it. So then what you want to do is spread these out. Spread them out to make them look a little bit fuller, you know? And then you can use the hairpins, right? You're going to use the hairpins to kind of place everything and pin it where you like it. You don't have to use them, but it's just a little bit of extra security so you don't feel like she's just gonna fall. The great thing is, since we're using rubber bands, it's going to be very stable. You're not going to need a lot of hairpins, like 5,000 like we usually put in. So, and that is it, you know, something very soft. It's not perfect, but it's beautiful, you know, and that's just another way of doing things. So you don't have to do all of your updos like this, but I hope you got like a little trick that you could probably use later. And of course, we need a little bit of spray, right? We don't need it, but we like it because we're hairstylists. You know? Oh, and one last tip before I let you go. If anytime you need a working spray and all you have is a finishing spray, all you have to do is spray the hair and brush it through before the spray dries, and then you have a touchable softness with any firm type of hold hairspray you could get. It still always works, so that's always a really good tip to use too. Right? So I hope you guys enjoyed, and like I said, thank you again.